Welcome all in our today's lecture. So in this lecture we are trying to solve some more examples of Gauss divergence theorem. So this example is to find surface integral of f bar dot n cap, where f bar is this given vector point function and s is a surface of tetrahedron bounded by coordinate planes and the plane 2x plus y plus 2z equal to 6. So first of all write given function f bar, then write statement of Gauss divergence theorem. So we require to find the surface integral, that means to find volume integral of del dot f bar. So here I will find this volume integral. So let I is equal to this volume integral. So in that integral we require del dot f bar. So del dot f bar means partial derivative of f1 with respect to x plus partial derivative of f2 with respect to y plus partial derivative of f3 with respect to z. So in given f bar, function multiplied to I bar is f1, then function multiplied to z bar is f2 and function multiplied to k bar is f3. So put value of f1, f2, f3 in our del dot f bar. So we get partial derivative with respect to x of y, x plus y square is 1, because here y is constant, derivative of constant is 0. Then derivative of minus 2x is 0 because partial derivative with respect to y and function does not contain y. So derivative becomes 0. Then plus derivative of 2yz, 2y is constant, derivative of z with respect to z is 1. So in that way we get del dot f bar is equal to 1 plus 2y, and therefore I is equal to triple integration over v of 1 plus 2y into dv means dx into dy into dz, since dv become dx dy dz. Okay, so our requirement is to find this volume integral with respect to x, y, z for given surface. So given surface is S is surface of tetrahedron bounded by coordinate planes and 2x plus y plus 2z is equal to 6. So here x, y, z intercepts are, for finding x intercept put y and z equal to 0 in this equation. We get 2x is equal to 6, that means x is equal to 3, y and z 0 0. For finding y intercept put x is equal to 0 and z is equal to 0 in this equation. We get y is equal to 6, so y coordinate become, y intercept becomes 6, and for finding z intercept put y and x is equal to 0 in this equation. We get 2z is equal to 6, means z is equal to 3 respectively. Therefore our surface is as shown in figure. So draw small diagram of tetrahedron bounded by x, bounded by coordinate plane and the plane 2x plus y plus 2z is equal to 6. So z x coordinate is 3, 0, 0, then y coordinate is 0, 6, 0, and z coordinate is 0, 0, 3. Okay, and now join these coordinate points by a straight line. So join these 2 points, then these 2 and these 2. So this is our required tetrahedron, okay, bounded by the coordinate plane and plane 2x plus y plus 2z equal to 6. Now for finding, we require to find limit for x, y and z. So for finding limit for z, I will draw a rectangular strip parallel to z axis in our region. So our strip will be like this. Okay, so this is our strip. So for finding limits, draw a rectangular strip parallel to z axis. Okay, first of all I will draw strip parallel to z axis. So lower end of strip is moving on x or y plane, right? So this is lower end of strip. After moving this strip in our surface, in our region, lower end will move in x or y plane. Okay, in this x or y plane. So this is our shaded region, is our surface. Okay, so this is our surface. So therefore limit for z is equal to 0. Now upper end of strip is moving on plane. On which plane? Upper end move. So this plane bounded by point A, B, C. That means the plane 2x plus y plus 2z is equal to 6. So moving on plane 2x plus y plus 2z is equal to 6. So this implies z is equal to 1 upon 2 into bracket 6 minus 2x minus 4. And this is lower limit, sorry, upper limit for y. Therefore, upper limit for y equal to 1 upon 2 into bracket 6 minus 2x minus y. Z is equal to, okay, so this is upper limit for z, and z is equal to 0 is lower limit for z. Now for finding limits of x and y, draw strip in the region of x or y plane, right? After finding limit for z, our 2D diagram is remaining as shown in this figure. So suppose this is our x-axis, this is y-axis, then this is the line, and this is the region bounded by this line. That means this region which is shown in x or y plane. Okay, I will show this by this shaded region. Okay, so I have written this, draw this region separately. So equation of this line become, if this is a line which is on tetrahedron and present in x or y plane, so in this line z is 0, so put z is equal to 0 in this equation. So equation of this line become 2x plus y plus 2z, sorry, 2x plus y is equal to 6. That means equation of this line is 2x plus y is equal to 6. Okay. So draw strip in the region of xy plane parallel to y-axis. Okay, so suppose this is our strip parallel to y-axis. Okay, This strip is a strip parallel to y-axis. So lower end of strip is moving on line y is equal to 0. So this is lower end which is moving on x-axis. X-axis means line y is equal to 0, and upper end is moving on line 2x plus y is equal to 6. So this implies y is equal to 6 minus 2x. So this is the upper limit for y. Therefore, limits for y is equal to 0 to y is equal to 6 minus 2x. Now, lower end is moving from O to A, point O to point A. Coordinate of A are y coordinate is 0 because this point is on x-axis. So put y is equal to 0 in this equation, we get 2x is equal to 6 means x is equal to 3. So this point becomes 3, 0. So lower end is moving from O to A. Therefore, limits for x are x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 3. Okay, and therefore I is equal to integration x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 3, y is equal to 0 to 6 minus 2x, and integration z is equal to 0 to 1 upon 2 into bracket 6 minus 2x minus y, and function become 1, or function is 1 plus 2y into dx into dy into dz. So first of all, I will integrate with respect to z because limits of z contains variable x and y. Okay, so integrate first with respect to z. So after integrating, we get integration I is equal to, therefore I is equal to integration x is equal to 0 to 3, integration y is equal to 0 to 6 minus 2x, right? 6 minus 2x, and this function 1 plus 2y as it is, because this function does not contain function of z. So remaining function is 1, integration of 1 with respect to z is z, limit from 0 to 1 upon 2 into bracket 6 minus 2x minus 1 into dx dy. Now replace limit in this function. So we get 1 plus 2y as it is, and replacing z by upper limit 1 upon 2 into bracket 6 minus 2x minus y minus 0 into dx dy as it is. So simplify this, take this 1 upon 2 constant outside, integration x is equal to 0 to 3, then integration y is equal to 0 to 6 minus 2x, then multiply 1 plus 2y inside this bracket. So in this bracket 6 minus 2x is constant because we are integrating with respect to y. So 6 minus 2x, multiply it by our outside function 1 plus 2y, and then multiply by minus y. So minus y into 1 become minus y, plus 2y into y minus y become minus 2y square, and then its integration with respect to y and x. And now integrate this function first with respect to y, because limit of y contains variable x. Okay, so integrating with respect to y, we get integration become 1 upon 2 integration x is equal to 0 to 3 into bracket this 6 minus 2x constant as it is into integration of 1 is y plus 2 integration of y is y square upon 2 bracket complete, then minus integration of y is y square upon 2 minus 2 as it is, integration of y square is y cube upon 3, limit from 0 to 6 minus 2x dx. So this 2 will get cancelled, and now replace limit in remaining function. We get x is equal to 0 to 3 1 upon 2 as it is, in bracket 6 minus 2x into bracket, instead of y, 6 minus 2x minus 6 minus 2x its square, bracket complete. Okay, so then minus 6 minus 2x bracket square divided by 2 minus 2 upon 3 into 6 minus 2x bracket cube bracket complete to dx. And now slightly simplify this, we get function become integration x is equal to 0 to 3. After multiplying this function 6 minus 2x inside the bracket, we get 6 minus 2x into 6 minus 2x becomes 6 minus 2x square minus 6 minus 2x into 6 minus 2x bracket square becomes 6 minus 2x bracket cube. Okay, then this minus sign as it is, sorry, here is plus sign. Okay, this is a plus sign. So this function as it is 6 minus 2x bracket square divided by 2 minus 2 upon 3 into bracket 6 minus 2x bracket cube. This function is as it is. So in that way we get our function. And now integrate this function with respect to x. Without simplifying this, we can integrate this because this function of x is a linear factor of x. So that's why we can integrate this directly. So 6 minus 2x bracket cube divided by 3 into coefficient of x is minus 2, then plus sign 6 minus 2x bracket raised to 4 divided by 4 into coefficient of x is minus 2, then minus 6 minus 2x bracket raised to 3 divided by 3 into 2 into coefficient of x is minus 2 upon 3 into 6 minus 2x bracket raised to 4 divided by 4 into minus 2, limit from 0 to 3. So in that way we get this integral. Here is cube, here is 4th power, here is again cube, here is again 4th power. Okay. And now put limit in that equation. So we get our final answer. After putting limit, before that I will take minus 2 common because minus 2 is contained in each fraction. So we get minus 1 upon 2 into 1 upon 2 as it is into bracket remaining function 6 minus 2x bracket cube divided by 3, then plus 6 minus 2x bracket raised to 4 divided by 4, then minus 6 minus 2x bracket cube divided by this 3 into 2 becomes 6, then minus sign 6 minus 2x bracket raised to 4 divided by this 2 will get cancelled, so 3 into 2 becomes 6 and limit for x becomes 0 to 3. So after putting limit 3 we get 2 into 3 becomes 6, 6 minus 6 is 0 and every term becomes 0. So we get 0 minus into bracket, by putting lower limit 0 we get 6 cube divided by 3 plus 6 raised to 4 divided by 4, then minus 6 raised to 3 divided by 6 minus 6 raised to 4 divided by 6. Okay, and now simplify this. Now each term contains power term of 6, so minimum power term of 6 is 3, so take 6 raised to 3 common, remaining function become minus into minus plus 1 upon 3 plus 6 upon 4, then minus 1, and this become 6 upon 6 is, sorry, this become minus 1 upon 6 and this become minus 1. Okay, so in that way we get this function. Now simplify this, we get 1 upon 4 into 6 into 6 into 6 into bracket, this fraction become, here denominator is 4, so I will simplify this, this become 3 by 2, so multiply this equation by 2 and this by 3, we get 2 into 9, 11 divided by 6 minus 1 upon 6 minus 1, and after simplification we get this equation become, this is equal to 2, 3, 3, okay, 3 into 3 9, 9 into 6 54, and then simplifying this using same denominator we get 10 divided by 6 minus 1. So this is equal to 54 into, so here we get 5 divided by 3. So using cross multiplication we get 5 minus 3 upon 2, so which is 2 upon 3. So 18 into 2. So 18 into 2 become 36. So 36 is our final answer. In that way we can easily find the surface integral of given function f bar bounded by the surface of tetrahedron. Okay. Try to solve some examples at home. So first example for homework become evaluate this integral. We have given f bar and region above xy plane bounded by the curve cone z square is equal to x square plus y square and the plane z is equal to 4. So as shown in diagram, this is our cone which is on bounded by xy plane, z square is equal to x square plus y square and z is equal to 4. So this is as shown in diagram, this is our plane, z is equal to 4 and this region is xy plane, this is point O. So bounded by xy plane and this z plane. In between these two and the cone z square is equal to x square plus y square. So this is our cone, z square is equal to x square plus y square. So by Gauss divergence theorem we can easily find this surface integral. So the surface integral is volume integral of del cross f bar. So first of all I find del dot f bar. So this is our del dot f bar. Okay, first find del dot f bar. So we get 4z plus x z square plus 3. And now for finding triple integration we should convert this coordinate xyz coordinate into cylindrical polar coordinate, and for cone we are replacing equation of cone is x square plus y square is equal to z square. So put x is equal to rho cos theta, y is equal to rho sin theta in this equation. So we get rho square is equal to z square, that means z is equal to rho because this is in above xy plane. So put x is equal to rho cos theta, y is equal to rho sin theta and z is equal to z. And by differentiating we get dx, dy, dz become rho, d theta and dz. And now limit for z, theta and rho become, first of all find limit for z. So draw a rectangular strip parallel to z axis. So the lower end of strip is moving on this cone and equation of this cone is x square plus y square is equal to z square. That means z is equal to rho because by using x is equal to rho cos theta and y is equal to rho sin theta. So lower limit for z become rho and upper end of strip is moving on this plane, on this circular surface, and which is on the plane z is equal to 4. That means z is equal to 4 is the upper limit. Now theta, limit for theta become this circular motion of our theta. So theta varies from 0 to 2 pi. It covers whole circle, and rho varies from this point to this point in our region. So here value of rho is 0 and at the top, which is on the surface of z is equal to 4. So here value of rho is 4. Okay, because rho is z and z is 4 on the top. So that's why limit for rho becomes 0 to 4. Use these limits and this substitution in our volume integral. We get answer become 320 pi. Similarly, evaluate this second example. Here S is the curved surface of cylinder x square plus y square is equal to 4. Okay, S is the surface of cylinder x square plus y square is equal to 4 bounded by the plane z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 4. So this is our diagram. This plane, this cylindrical cylinder is bounded by the plane z is equal to 0 and the z is equal to 4. So these are two planes and cylinder is bounded by these two planes. So our required surface is this surface bounded by the surface S1 and S2. So by Gauss divergence theorem, we know that surface integral is equal to volume integral. For volume integral, find del dot f bar. Okay, and then volume integral means integral of whole surface, and this surface is divided into three surfaces S1, S2 and S. So addition of surface integral of this surface is equal to volume integral. Okay. And our requirement is to find just surface integral over surfaces. So shift this to surface integral toward right side. So that will become negative sign, and then find this triple integration, double integration, and this double integration. So here is volume integral. So first of all put z is equal to 0 to z is equal to 2 in this surface integral. Okay, because we have know the limit for z varies from 0 to 4, and then double integration is remaining. So in this double integration we get double integration of dx dy, and which is the surface of circle, and we know the surface area of circle with radius 2 become pi r square, means 4r, and this constant remain as it is. So in that way we get volume integral. Similarly find surface integral over surface S1. Here n cap is minus k bar and answer becomes 0. Okay, and in second surface means surface integral over surface S2. In this case n cap is k. Okay, so this downward direction our unit normal vector n cap in negative z axis. So here n cap is minus k, and in upward direction means in positive z axis n cap is plus k. Okay, and in that case we get area, the surface area become 4 into 4 pi, and final answer become 16 pi. Now in third example, here also we require to find surface integral. That means we should use Gauss divergence theorem. So Gauss divergence theorem becomes surface integral is equal to volume integral. So here find del dot f bar. So this is our del dot f bar. We get this. Then find limit. Here we have given limit for y. Okay, y is equal to 0 to y is equal to 3. Surface is bounded by all these curves, and in that curves y is equal to 0 and y is equal to 3. These two curves are present. So limit for y become 0 to 3. And then first integrate this volume integral with respect to y. Okay, then remaining two integral, that means double integration is remaining, and for that we have given remaining equation x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 0, z is equal to 0, and x plus 2y is equal to 6. Okay, so use this and then find limit for x, y and z. Okay, in that case our diagram is like this. This is x axis, this is z axis. By putting y is equal to 0, I think something is wrong in that last example. I will check it. Here is z. Instead of y, we have given z. Okay. Now then, okay, we get limit for x become x is equal to 0. Put here z is equal to 0, we get x is equal to 6. And limit for z become z is equal to 0 to, from this equation z is equal to 6 minus x divided by 2. Okay. So in that way we get limits and final answer become 351 divided by 2. Okay. So try these examples at home.